Welcome to Calling the Shots podcast. I am your host, Paulie, and boy, does it feel good to be back. Wow, man. I love it. Those bye weeks are absolutely brutal. I mean, I can't stand, I just going that long without having some kind of Trojan fix, man. But let me tell you something. To see them go on the road and play in a tough environment. This was Nebraska Super Bowl. All you hear about is all they Nebraska, this joke program. Matt Rule, he obviously has some talent to be picked to go coach in the NFL. The guy did a solid job at Baylor. He knows what he's doing. And this game was everything to this team. Like I said, it was their Super Bowl. They wanted to prove to everyone that they belong. Their secondary was absolutely outstanding. They play a really good game, and it was two teams just being physical, and our boys made me so proud to see them bounce back from everybody in America calling them, those soft players and getting punked around like we did at Notre Dame, and to see them fight back and really take that next step. And I said it before in one of the videos that I did that I posted on here. It's just these young men. It just takes time for them to get to that next level. I said that same thing. Troy Polamalu's and Reggie White's and Walter Payne's, some of the nicest men in the world, you know, finally found that certain switch to be able to turn on and get that to that level that's needed for such a violent game that these young men are playing. And to see them come back and push back and play aggressively and be really physical and really, I mean, to really impose the physical will on another Big Ten team like that. That was Big Ten football. You're going to go on the road and it's not going to be perfect. My God, man. I mean, it's just, it's like, thank God we're not covering basketball. Can you imagine, dude? Everybody criticizing every missed free throw, everything. These guys, come on. We criticize every single damn snap. There's going to be nights and days where guys they have an off day. Jaden, to me, of course, obviously he had an off night. He had an off night. It was one thing about him. I've seen him kind of ever since Waymon and Sanders went out. It's you can see that it's just different. There was such really there was such a safety blanket net for him where he would be able to check down to these guys or check when things were the pressure was coming from both sides. He always had that ability to pass it to both of them, and they were able to make something happen. And then there's such amazing pass catchers, and to not have these two weapons in the lineup, I could see it affected him immediately. And King Miller finally he's coming through. The offensive line has been playing great. For once, I know the injuries have happened. I really would like to just see some stability in that line when it comes to just so many rotations. So we make it work. They do great. But um I one thing about Jaden is you can rip him all you want. You can say what you want to say about him. I always feel that we have a chance to win with Jaden. If there's a minute left or 2 minutes left, I have that. Okay, this guy's at least going to get us close, or put us in a potential situation where we can win this game. And he just does that. He has that ability. He did it against Texas A&M. He's done it many times, and he doesn't need to prove himself to anyone anymore. He's already shown us that when I mean, I'm not knocking Miller, but obviously I'm just being straight up with it. When Miller was there, I never had that feeling that we could just march 40 something yards down the field and pull the game out. But with Jaden, I really do. And he's obviously going back home. And I think them finally getting back to the Coliseum is going to make a world of a difference for this team. But I just the whole receiving part of it. Obviously, Jacoby's hasn't been right all year with his injuries, man. And when one thing is that when Jacoby's right, Makai's right, and right now it's they're going to bounce back. There's no doubt about it. And the offense, that's the least of my worries. Everybody's talking about this thing being so startling. It's where this offense is not. You know what? Just relax, pump the brakes. Lincoln's gonna get it going for us, man. And the last thing I want to say about this whole Lincoln thing, and it's something that it's been weighing heavy on me, is I just think, I mean, I wish we could just play out the rest of the season, end of the year, then everybody can critique with this or critique that. But I just realized right now, you can a coach like Lincoln, you can him. Who's out there? I dare you to give me some replacements right now that could come in and just turn this thing around in one season. It's not going to happen. The vision and what we're doing and the improvement that we're making is it's on the right track, man. The proof's on the field. We're 6-2. We're 6-2. At the beginning of the year, people were jumping off bridges, thinking we were going to be blown out by 40 points every game because our defensive backs couldn't understand how to play the position. And that's why I'm getting to when it comes to Celis, man. I mean, you know what? Props to you, young man, for hanging hanging in there, and for your family to be able to handle all the venom and the trash talking that was spewed their way, and had to read that about their son. And I'll never forget reading that tweet by the father who was giving his son positive encouragement to tune out all the negativity. And these are our fans, by the way, to tune out the negativity. When I read that, man, that just something about it. Me being a father, a single father, just being able to know how special my kids are to me, and to when he put that out there, man, it just hit me. And then after that, I mean, it's just game to game, you see the improvement. The guy's a redshirt freshman, man. He's still a young kid, and you see him developing. What more could you ask for? Can you imagine what he's going to be his senior year? Can you imagine to another? I mean, these two maligned players, man. Desmond Stevens, another guy, one of my top picks of the year, man, to just be a breakout player. And I still believe in him. I really do. Making the transition from safety to linebacker, and he's a good, smart young man. And sometimes there's going to be growing pains with in anything you do. And so I see him having an outstanding game like that. And kudos to Rob Ryan. Just like I said, just pump the brakes on all this, man. Development takes time. These guys are going to learn. They're getting on. These young guys that are getting on the job training right now. I am excited to see what they're going to do, man. By the time they're into a junior, seniors, it's going to be scary, dude. And right now, obviously, you can tell it's I don't say it's a lack of talent, but we need to stack more talent. Thank God we got the 2026 class coming in, and we'll start stacking that talent. 2027 will come in. So I'm thinking 2027, 28, you're definitely going to see a different Trojan team. I mean, these guys are getting on the job experience, and I'm really proud of them. There's just no way around it, man. And to see them be able to just pull that victory out like that, it was a program changing type of victory. And as fans, dude, we should be really, really happy of where we're headed and how we're going about things. I don't care how ugly it is. You play to win the game. That's what it's about. It's not going to be pretty and perfect every single time. It's Big Ten football now. And what I want next and what we're going to see next, mark my words, we're going to see the development of a new leader rising in that defensive line. As time goes on, you see Carlin Jones come in different rotations now, and somebody's going to take that and run with it, and that's what we need right now. Just like you look at really just good teams throughout, history. 85 Bears had Richard Dan Hampton on the defensive line. You had Singletary as a leader, Gary Fensick as a safety, and that's what we're trying to build right now. Is we need leaders at every single spot, and we're getting there. We're definitely getting there, and that's why I'm excited. I'll take the bumps and bruises along the way, man. I like the development. I like them playing and learning on the job training, man. That's just the best way to do it. Toss them and fight. That's what happened to me, man. It's just, you learn, and you have days where it's so overwhelming, you want to quit, but you see these guys, man. I'm just, I was so proud. I was so proud to see them pull that victory out, and to see them celebrate on the sidelines, and hugging their coach, and that's what it's all about. And pick. Oh, go ahead, and just keep picking on Riley, man. It's never going to be good enough for you guys. He's not an LA boy. He's not your rah 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 kind of guy. This is who he is. But as long as I see those players hugging him and just really enjoying that victory on the sidelines, that tells me that there's a connection there. And if you want to prove me wrong, go ahead and don't. Anyone's welcome to come on, and we can debate about and talk about it. But I saw that. Those are the little things that I always try to notice when I'm watching a football game, and immediately after that game, I noticed Jacoby and all these guys. They were hugging them and hugging each other, and that was big. That was big for me, and what we're trying to do and trying to build this program. Obviously, we have Northwestern next. I mean, this is the type of team that can really, really turn a game into wow. I mean, it could be ugly, or we can come out, we can blow them out. And I think coming home, we can definitely get up on them early and take advantage of that. But yeah, it's gonna be a tough game. They got a good edge rusher who's really starting to come in his own now. You have Fitzgerald, the defensive back, who somehow is always in every single tackle and makes some plays. Their running back is a really good pass catching option for him. So it's gonna be. I think like I said, I think the big change for us is being able to be home and back to being somewhere we're comfortable, and you're gonna see a big difference. So I'm not worried about the offense at all, but we'll see. And we're 6-2, and what like I said, it's just we're already people. I hear people say, "Oh, there's no way we're gonna." Who knows? You never know. These games at home, maybe we can go on a little run here. You just don't know. And who's to say we can't beat Oregon? I remember going into when we're at the top of our game, and Coach Carroll and them, we go into Oregon State, and we Rogers brothers kicked the hell out of us, dude. No one expected that. So it happens, and can it possibly happen this time? You better believe it can. You better believe it can. This is the type of game where, we need to, if we're gonna win a game like that, we need to go in like a well-oiled machine, man, and our top players need to play lights out and play the type of football that we know they can play. And I think we do have a chance. We really do. And I think you're gonna see more improvement each game from our defensive line, Carlin Jones and those guys, man. Devin Tompkins, he's a little undersized for the position he's playing, and I saw him really, really do a good job in there. Silver even kind of stepped it up there. So I saw a lot of encouraging things, and I'm ready for it. Thank God we're back home, but let's see what we can do. Anyway, I just want to keep this short, man. I haven't been feeling well, and so I know just shots out to all the content creators out there that have that always been good to me, man, and been checking on me, and B Jinx and Chris and my boy Preston and all you guys, man. You guys have been really good, man, and USC Tim Prangley, all you guys that I admire and respect. Thank you guys for doing the job you do. And Ryan, I love that guy, man. I love watching him. But and to the people that tune in to Preston and I, it's shocking that people are up so early in the morning showing us love like that, and I really appreciate it, guys. Thank you to each and every one of you that chimes in and shows us some love. So anyway, man, this is a family that we're I saw them come together as a family. That defense and our team in general, just getting that monkey off their back, that whole, we can't win on the road type talk. And it's still there. It's never going to go away. Everybody's going to kind of bring up something. We nitpick this team every single snap, every single series. It's always what we do wrong. And guys are not going to be perfect every single snap. There's going to be flaws here and there. It's how you end up finishing the game, which makes a world of a difference. And that's what we do. That's what we pulled it out. I didn't care if they had to hold somebody at gunpoint to get that victory. We did it. A win is a win. And whether it's ugly or this and that, I mean, I look at what at the after Notre Dame game. Jaden doesn't run enough. Jaden doesn't run enough. Now it's not Jaden doesn't do this. Jaden does that. The guy was running wild, man. But it's not that they get skittish. It's not. Those are tough environments to play in. These are really intense games with a ton of pressure. I would love to see one of us fat asses to be able to go down, put the headset on, and try to do what they do. Oh my God, dude, we'd be blown out 200 to nothing. I honestly wish I could see that. Can you imagine one of us know-it-alls down there thinking, trying to call plays? So that would be the absolute most hilarious thing ever. Oh my God, I wish they would allow that just to shut some of the content creators up, man, and the fans, dude. Just come on. All right, you get 5 minutes. Let's see what your coaching ability is like. Go ahead. Oh, that would be something else. Oh man, I crack myself up. Anyway, man, let's go ahead and keep supporting this team. And if you don't believe in the vision, then jump ship, dude. Go somewhere else. And because I'm all on board, man, I'm ready. I love this. I love the way we're trending. This is a game we would not have won last year, and we got it, and we did it. It's still not good enough, but to me, I'm proud of you boys, man. Thank you so much for doing what you do, and first and foremost, man, I just I miss I what I miss ever since I started doing this content creator stuff is the days where I'd wake up, get some breakfast going if it was an early game or afternoon game, invite friends, get the barbecue going, and really just enjoy my Saturdays. And win or lose, man, I was always fun just being surrounded by friends and family and people. And then and I got to tell you, sometimes it's taken the fun out of it for me, where that's all I do now is just you're constantly listening and researching and this and that. But I got thick skin, man. If people didn't realize what I've been through in my life, are you kidding me? Forget about it. It's just I'm finally getting the hang of it now and trying and tuning things out. It's just adapting, just like our linebackers are, just like our defensive backs are, just like our quarterback is, just like our running backs are. I am adapting to it and I'm learning as we go. And and that's the moral of the story right there. And so I really, man, this is such a unique and great group of people that do what we do, and we show so much love and support to not only the football team but the university and other athletic sports that are out there, and it's just an amazing thing. I'm truly blessed to be part of this community, and I want us to all be like that when it comes to the fans out there, man. Let's make this fun again and get out there, man, and tailgate and go check out my boys at Trojan Squad and remember what it's like to enjoy a football game. Go get a little buzzed and eat some tacos, dude. At the Trojan Squad, man. You go in. Who cares if there was a missed tackle on third down, dude? Okay, it won't even bother you then. Dude, that's what I hope. That's what I'm getting for the rest of the season. I've already made a promise to myself that I'm going to tune out all the negative crap, and I'm going to get back to enjoying this ride. To hear people say this is the worst Trojan team ever, or this team is this and that, man, it makes me sick to my stomach. And I'm not going to let that stuff bother me anymore, man. It's not, because you know what? to me, they're giving it their all. They're doing something we would never in our lives be able to do because we're not gifted like that. We don't never were blessed with the athletic ability that these guys have, and so I live vicariously through them. And when they're down, I feel down. When they're winning, I enjoy it. And there's something better, man. I like I said, I think it's because I'm a dad, and I see these young kids smiling on the sidelines, and after a victory and high fiving, man, bro, it's the greatest experience ever. And I really just would love for us fans to be able to just, they're out there playing for us, for their families, for this university, for themselves. And the least we could do is get out there and show them some love too. And and be there for them and support them. Go buy their jerseys, man. You got a little nephew, birthday's coming up. Go buy a jersey for him. Spread that Trojan love out there. We are fortunate enough to be representing the greatest university in the country. I mean, it's just such a beautiful thing. And I'm definitely I'll be heading to a couple more games here, and you'll see me. I'll be hanging out with the Trojan Squad boys, Ish and Aldo and all those guys. You just stop by and tell them Paulie sent you, and man, you get your tacos, and I mean, there's just everything. I mean, they treat you like royalty, and maybe that if you're feeling that negativity, dude, and you feeling that, man, go hang out with those Trojan fans, and it'll open your eyes and give you a quick reminder of what we're here for and what our role is being a fan, But anyway, enough of that, man. I'm not here to preach to anybody. I just wanted to. I'm finally waking up now. Come on, I'm getting ready. I was really struggling there, man. I'm not gonna lie, the first few minutes, and I don't ever want to bring a C type effort to you guys. I always want to bring it on my A game, and I got to tell you, bro, I'm struggling a little, man. I'm gonna get to sleep. I got to be at work at like 6 o'clock in the morning. So anyway, guys, fight on, and just know, man, I got nothing but love for all you guys out there. Make sure to hit subscribe at Calling the Shots podcast with Paulie Walnuts on YouTube. Hit the index, and you can follow me on all my social media platforms, and eventually I get the StreamYard thing going. So we're gonna open this up. I'm ready to start doing the next level stuff and start interacting with you guys and really building those relationships. I mean, there's some great guys out there: Trojan Dale, Daniel Garcia, I Tina's, and my boy Armando Velasquez, and just even my family, all of you guys. And I want to be able to have that interaction, but at the same time, I love this, man. I love to be able to just vent and talk, and everything comes straight from the heart, man. I just sit down, turn on the computer, and start talking. And a lot of people, why don't you prepare? You need notes. I'm not a coach. I don't want to have to break down. I'll tell you what. You go watch B Jinx and Chris, bro. That's good enough right there. They're gonna break everything down for you, and they're gonna tell you exactly what this and this and this is, man. You know what? They do a great job. It's a close enough thing for me to they're like coaches. When I listen to them, I believe them. But a lot of times, when I get my information, dude, I just watch guys on real football players, dude, like the Suas and Sean Cody's and Cody Kessler. Those are the guys that have actually been in the trenches, in the environment. So of course I'm going to believe them. And I I learn a lot from them. But B Jinx and Chris are great, man. USCJ, man. I'll tell you, dude, just the way he's the hardest working guy out there. Tim does a great job, man. I got nothing but love for him, and Preston, man, I've learned so much from you. But anyway, guys, listen. Also remember, man, I'm going to be putting out some content, for other sports as well. I got sick, so I didn't get to finish my top starting 5 NBA breakdown of all time. It's pretty controversial, obviously, because of a certain number 23 that has ruined my beloved Lakers all time. It's not on that list, but there's a reason behind it. And so make sure to follow me. I'm going to be knocking out some other sports and doing stuff, and really, I'd love to be able to grow with you guys and get to know all of you, man. So take care, fight on, brothers, and be safe out there, and God bless you.